Ah yes, Valorant competitive. After its first regional competition, the first thing that comes to mind is the absolute chaos. From the slew of roster changes to players being dropped at the worst time and coaches being fired mid-season, North America has proved to be the most dramatic and entertaining league in the world. You know what? I'm here for it. Loud is the single most feared team in America's league. They have it all. This team is near flawless. The only loss that they have is to NRG, and they didn't even look like they were trying. NA fans are calling Aspas the final boss, and for good reason. This man's ACS has not dropped under 220, and his highest ACS was 375. This man is quite literally smurfing in tier 1. Sadak continues to show that he is the cream of the crop in IGLing. He has molded the newcomers into top tier talent in Valorant. Kawanzin is a great initiator and has filled the gap that Saucy left. Tuiz, while nowhere near the level or skill as Pankata, can keep up with his peers. His average KD is still 1, and while there isn't any moments that I would call memorable from him, he is still a solid replacement. Les has continued the same level of consistency that he had in his Champions run last year, and has become quite more aggressive, compensating for Pankata's aggression. Coupled with his ACS only dropping under 200 once, this team honestly has something that a lot of other teams do not have. Chemistry. This team plays like they have been to war and back, and they have. Playing in lock-in against Fnatic cemented them as one of the top teams, and they pretty much picked off right where they left off at lock-in during America's League. I don't think this team is going to slow down for playoffs at all. I won't deny this team anything that they have claimed. They went from absolute mediocrity with Ye and Vanity to being the number 2 team in America's League. How did they do it? The mastermind of MCE. That man has the scouting talent of Tom Telesco when he needs to draft a quarterback. Yes, an American football reference. Rooney has shown that he is a top tier IGL, and Jakey, the big bean, has been a consistent rock for this team. Zelsus and Zeppa are solid and are synergizing extremely well with the rest of the team, while also being seasoned veterans to support the rookies. But the greatest glow up of all this season has to be Leaf. He went from the Sentinel role in Ye's Shadow to being an animal on Jet and other duelists. He isn't taking anyone's shit anymore. He's playing for all the missed opportunities that the C9 team has had in the past. Let's hope that they don't mess it up. I want to address something really quick that if you are new to the scene you might not understand. This team is somewhat disliked for dropping the ball with Ye, which some consider to be the best player in the world. Not only did they drop the ball with him because of the recession in esports, they also dropped him near the closing window for roster changes, which relegated Ye to play in tier 2, and lots of people were angry about this. My advice is to not take this anger out on players. Be mad at Cloud9 management for their incompetence. For Christ's sakes, MCE looked like he's being held at gunpoint to say it was role issues. The team that I had such high hopes for, how have they turned out? A little less than what I thought, but still about the same. When it comes to this team, FNS is still the best caller in North America. He keeps putting on masterclass after masterclass when this team isn't experimenting. He makes this team look unstoppable. Victor and Crashies are finally getting the recognition they deserve, and Victor actually might be the most valuable player in this roster. With the plethora of roles and flexibility he brings, paired with the synergy that him and Crashies have, this team is almost unstoppable. Som has stepped in a way that nobody expected. He has filled that incredibly large void that Marv left when he joined Sentinels, and he has had some really clutch moments. Artist has been solid, but I somehow feel like his talents are being underutilized. This is just a gut feeling, so don't take it as gospel. When they had Artist on Jet against Crew, he really went off. But then again, it is Crew, so I'm not sure if that would translate directly to other teams. This team isn't without their faults though. For God's sakes, they lost to MIBR, a bottom feeder team. I understand trying to innovate, but at least secure a playoff spot beforehand. They did end up going on a 5-game winning streak to secure their playoff spot and destroying all the dreams of the Sentinels fans, but please stop doing that to your fans. Now show me the team that won Masters Reykjavik last year. This team was a meme for half a season. EG and their 12 fans. Hell, I even made a video about EG and their 13-0 loss on Pearl against Loud. How did they turn it around? Luck? Yes and no. While they do have 4 victories that aren't particularly strong, MIBR, Sentinels, Leviatán, and Crew, I know, what a resume. The league has been top heavy, and that has been a blessing for this team. They have had some momentum by winning the last 3 of their 4 matches, and Ethan has been stepping up for them. Benching BCJ mid-season was an odd call for most people, but Demon 1 has been a solid replacement. Now, do I think that this team is gonna qualify for Masters Tokyo or Champions? No, they still haven't proved anything amongst the top teams, but Cinderella stories do exist. Let's see what happens. Luck has been on their side. Fuck you, 100 Thieves. All you had to do was beat the worst team in the league.
Guangdong Tigers. Ni hao! Ni hao! Ni hao!
How has this team made playoffs? I don't even feel like they deserve the spot. They started off really strong at the beginning of the season, but what has happened? How does a team fall off this hard? I call it the PP factor. No, get your minds out of the gutter. I'm talking about protocols and predictability. This team has become incredibly easy to read and counter-strat. Any team worth their salt has beat Leviatán. Let's go through their season and I'll show you how fraudulent this team is. Week 1, you get NRG on their experimentation phase. Week 2, you actually have a really solid game against Furia. Week 3, you beat one of the 5,000 iterations of the Sentinels roster. Week 4, you beat MIBR. Congrats, everyone has beat MIBR as well. And then you lose 4 out of your 5 games, and one of your wins is against Crew. Chinga tu madre, what a fraudulent team. I wouldn't be surprised to see this team go 2 and done. It would be hard not to compare Furia to Leviatán, as they both have the same record, but why do I let it slide for Furia? They actually take maps off of relevant teams. Going the distance with NRG, 100 Thieves, EG, and Leviatán, and stomping out lower competition like MIBR and Crew shows that you at least have talent on your team. DGZine has stepped in huge for this roster, and it shows. His Jet is what has been getting this team its wins. Yet somehow I feel like this team has underachieved because of the hype we, the audience, gave them at the beginning of the season. MW Zera and Khalil have had their moments, but they really need to start closing maps out sooner. 100 Thieves, NRG, and Sentinels were all winnable games. If you think this is acceptable during playoffs, let me tell you, it's not. It'll only give you an early plane ticket back to Brazil for the off-season. Se eu sou você, eu estou esperando para ver se Saci e Pancala não querem voltar para o Brasil. This playoff bracket should be entertaining to watch. While most people are expecting the placements to be Loud, Cloud9, and NRG for Tokyo and Champions, I would not be surprised if one of these teams gets upset during the tournament. Who will it be? I'm not sure, but what I can tell you is that there's no way we go through playoffs without some sort of drama, or NRG and Loud facing each other in El Clásico 3. Here's my playoff prediction for this tournament. Let me know what you think and who do you think will qualify for Tokyo in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and huge shout out to Urinating Tree for being the inspiration for this video. If you like this format but enjoy traditional sports, go check out his YouTube channels. And if you enjoyed my content, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more videos in the future. Thank you.